Eh, I don't know what that was. All right, let me pause this. Are we ready? Some articles in front of you.
Did find something. There we go. Yeah, I sent you an article that listed
Sent it where?
in the Not the Worst podcast channel. It lists all the video game Halloween events going on for 2020.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I already got most of those.
I don't know. Did you see that Borderlands 3 is doing one though?
Yeah, I mentioned it in Messenger.
Did you?
I did. So yeah, that's good. That's a good one. We can use that link. It doesn't have. Oh yeah. Properly before I start recording.
Should probably do that. Probably
Even
be
though it's
helpful.
an audio podcast and doesn't really matter from my perspective, but that's okay.
That's for me.
Hooray.
Let me do my thing.
All right, we're recording. You ready?
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 30 of Not the Worst Podcast. I am JD, and this is my host Anthony, my co-host. He's not hosting me. We are hosting this
Hosting together.
Co-chief.
Co-chief.
And we are going to do a special little podcast today because, for one thing, it's the big 30. That's 30 podcasts. That's pretty impressive. We are proud to have hit that number. And
we're
also
growing.
because it's Halloween. So
It is Halloween.
let's talk about Halloween stuff. That sounds like fun.
Who can?
So that's what we're going to do. But first, we got some stuff for the intro. I'm going to do my intro first, if that's cool. And then we'll pass it on to you because you said you got a couple things. I just wanted to talk about Fallout New Vegas. I asked Anthony before if he had ever played it, and he said no. So we're not going to talk about this too much. But Fallout New Vegas turned 10 this week, which is pretty impressive. The impressive thing about Fallout New Vegas isn't really that it turned 10. Obviously, every game eventually is going to turn 10. What's impressive about that game is how long people kept playing it and how long they've still played it. The modding community has been amazing for that game. And I never really got into the mods. I played the base game and some of the extra stuff that came out afterward, but I never got super into the mods. And I can tell you, I remember when I first played Fallout New Vegas, how disappointed I was in Las Vegas in the post-apocalypse. Like I really expected to be blown away, and I wasn't as blown away as I should be. But I know that they've made a lot of changes to it since then. What surprises me is that Anthony hasn't played it because the main antagonist of Fallout New Vegas, Mr. House, is voiced by Rene Auberjonois. Do you know who that is?
I feel like I should though. I probably do.
He played Odo in DS9.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
I didn't know he had such a French name though.
Yeah. And
Wow.
he actually died last year, I think, or the year before.
Did he really?
Yeah, sad, right? I know.
I'm slacking as a Trekkie.
I know. I don't remember when he died. It was recent. It was within the last year, I think. But yeah, very sad. And rest in peace to him. But he made an amazing shapeshifter and an amazing Mr. House in Fallout New Vegas. So
and an amazing constable.
That's right.
They hated
and an amazing leader of a robot army, which I guess is what he was. Okay. And he was a lawyer in Boston Legal. That's
he
like
was
the
also
only other thing I know him from, I think.
He's also a preacher in The Patriot with Mel Gibson. Or it was just Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
And he died too.
Who? Mel Gibson?
No. No. In the movie, he died. In the movie, as the
Oh.
preacher, he died.
I was like, what? Mel Gibson died? I
Mel
didn't know
Gibson
that.
died.
Wow. I don't think so. I
You
think
know
you
the
might be
bitter
wrong.
ones live forever.
Yeah, right. So anyway, there you go. That's Fallout New Vegas. Hooray, 10 years. And we're moving on. What you got?
All right, so I got a couple things. One of them's actually gonna be pretty quick. First of all, I have been playing a lot of Rogue Company lately. Not a fan of Dr. Disrespect's map by any means at all.
Whoa! You just scared off half.
Whoa! I know. I cannot.
Entourage loves that map.
He does, but Entourage is also going pro, and he needs clips, and that's a great map for clips. So, I like winning, so that's what I go through. Nothing against Entourage, but I am not a running gunner, even though Rogue Company is very much running gunning, and but Arena, the Arena, Dr. Disrespect's map is very much a run.
Fast-moving map, yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, one thing I like about Rogue Company is that it doesn't have to be run and gun. You can definitely set up a defense. You can play tactically. You don't have to just run and getting kills. I know people like to do that, of course, and obviously people want to do that for highlights and stuff. But it is not a spammy, like Call of Duty is super spammy, and there's really not a whole lot of reason to sit back with a one-shot rifle unless you're trying to snipe or something. So
no, and but that's actually not really the update. I was just gonna say because I knew it was gonna blow people's minds. I'm not a fan of the Dr. Disrespect. Actually, almost bought the Doc. I know.
I'm gonna tweet the Doc.
I almost bought the Dr. Disrespect skin for Dallas.
It is a good-looking skin.
It is. That's why I thought about getting it. It's actually one of the best-looking skins they got there. However, I am an Anvil main for the most part, and I really like the Anvil skin, so I spent the Robux on the Anvil skin. So, because I don't play Dallas that much. I only play him when I lose my two mains. It's between him and Saint. So, I figured the one I play the most might as well get the skin the most. So, I will give him that. Now, I've heard rumors. These are rumors. Twitch has been doing a lot of censoring of any VODs that have the Dr. Disrespect Arena in it because of his likeliness that's advertised everywhere and because of his voice announcing the plays. Now, I don't know if that's true. I think it's people just spreading conspiracy theories because of the bad blood between Twitch and Dr. Disrespect right now. But I had one VOD muted and I wasn't doing anything but sitting there showing off my new phone. So unless it was because I was showing off a phone by LG and they censored me because of I was advertising for LG and I'm not supposed to, or it's because I was on a Dr. Disrespect map. Who knows? But the actual thing I was going to use for my intro was I had a quick question for all you Rogue Company fans out there. One of the developers, I can't remember, Scott something.
Scott Gandhi?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Scott Gandhi.
He's not one of the developers. He's the creator of the game.
Okay, so the creator of the game,
developer.
The creator of the game had a video. I don't know if it was him or somebody else because I actually don't even know what he looks like. Talk about boosting one of the perks you can buy in Rogue Company is called Headstrong. So my challenge to you all, and I want you to reply to my tweet about tonight's podcast about this. What are your thoughts? Now, Headstrong is a perk that gives certain rogues extra armor. And there's multiple rogues that can get this perk. It's not just one. Me personally, I think this perk should be limited to Anvil because he's advertised as the tank. And if they're trying to do class-specific rogues, that makes sense to me. But anyway, they're talking about buffing the perk to where not only do you get to regen your health, you can regen that armor too if you buy that perk. Now that sounds a bit OP, especially if you got, I think Saints one, Dallas I think can get it. I think one of the SMG rogues can get it too. I can't remember, but that sounds really overpowered, especially if you have an SMG rogue that has a high rate of fire gun and they can regen not only their health but their armor as well. So I think it's a bad idea to do it across the board. If they're going to limit the perk to tank or Anvil only, and maybe reduce his rate of fire on his LMG or reduce his running or his movement speed because he's a tank. He's supposed to be beefy, tanky. That's my personal opinion. If they're going to buff Headstrong, they should limit it to Anvil, and obviously maybe nerf him a little bit to where he's not running as fast. But so I just want to know what you guys' opinion about that. If you think it's a good idea, they should do it across all the rogues that have the Headstrong perk, or if they should do something like limiting it to Anvil and a lot of people are proposing if the armor replens, you have to go through an animation to replen it, not just be able to run around in circles until your health replens, because that would be really overpowered. Because it's actually pretty easy to juke people and run away and just replen while you're running. So maybe make you stop moving for a little bit to get your armor up. So I want to know what you guys' thoughts is on that. And the final thing is, I'm going to get more into this in the outro because I don't want to waste too much time on this when we want to get into the actual topic.
Too late.
I know. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm wearing my 9-line breast cancer awareness shirt. You can't really tell because I get pink shining on me everywhere, but this is in pink. I am actually doing a fundraiser for the Breast Cancer Research Fund, and I have my link in my chat. So if you guys are interested in donating to that, please do. It's for a good cause. We all have moms, sisters, grandmas, aunts, nieces, girlfriends.
Men can get breast cancer too.
Men can, but it's very limited. And when they get treated for cancer, they don't lose these.
Sexist.
Not sexist. But anyway, I was waiting for somebody because I had the discussion with my wife. It's very rare for men to get breast cancer, and it's not as damaging
so we
to
should
a
ignore
man.
all of them.
No, I'm not saying
ignore the men that get breast cancer. You guys just die. We'll help all the women.
Anyway, because the probably further fuel JD's argument right now. What?
He froze. You froze.
Am I back? I'm moving.
Back.
Okay. The further fuel JD's a little sexist accusation against me. On the 27th is gonna be a Rogue Company gaming night for Regiment, and I vowed that I will stop all monetization things that pop up in my chat for myself and make it strictly for the fundraiser, and I will play nothing but female rogues the entire night I stream. So, and
Anvil can get breast cancer too, Anaconda.
He does have moves. He does. Have
you seen that dude? He's packing up moves there. Yeah.
So
I'd put my face in Anvil's chest.
But so I just want to throw that out there. It's for a good cause. Breast cancer has affected somebody we all know at some point in our lives for the most part. Maybe you got lucky, but I know few people that have been affected by breast cancer. It's a good cause, and my donation link is through Regiment. A Regiment has already raised over $1,000 alone. My goal is $250, and if I reach that goal by the end of my stream on the 27th, I will bob for onions in ice cold water, to punish myself. I guess I don't know for breast cancer. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's in spirit of Halloween. With that being said, we segue into our topic: Halloween's in video games. So there we go.
Wow, that's smooth. Nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's Oktoberfest too, by the way.
Yeah, I was wondering, what's the beer there?
That's from my Helen trip. This is a German beer, and I bought this in Helen, which is like a little Bavarian town in northern Georgia. Nice. And my wife and I had a mini honeymoon since we weren't able to actually have a real honeymoon. And I treated myself.
On the podcast.
Yeah, I know.
All
I
right.
feel bad. But anyway,
right.
I'm going to let JD get us ready for our actual topics.
Let's jump into our real topics, our main topics, now that we spent 20 minutes on our intro. We are talking about Halloween because by the time this comes out, it'll pretty much already almost be here. And most of these events are either live now or will be live by the time you hear this. So we're going to spend the rest of this episode. We're not going to do, usually we do like 2 or 3 different separate topics. We're just going to talk about Halloween. For one thing, before we get into like the specific ones, let's talk about Halloween events in general. Do we like them? Do we love them? What ones have we participated in? I don't know. What do you got? What do you think about Halloween events or holiday events in general, really?
Well, okay. So for starters, and I know Zombie Airman specifically, I'm probably gonna hurt his feelings when I say this. I don't really care about Halloween all that much.
Yeah, I don't either.
Really don't. So okay, so we agree on that.
Well, no, see, I've always subscribed to the Bob Kelso way of thinking on Halloween when he says it is the mother of all non-holidays.
It really
is. Not a holiday. It's not anything. The origins of it are creepy and weird. Like there's nothing good about Halloween, really. Except like slutty cat costumes. That's pretty much it. That's as good as it gets.
If that's all you're about, then there you go. This is your perfect holiday. Maybe that's why so many people are into it.
So yeah, I'm
Um,
not a big fan of Halloween. I don't really like scary stuff. I don't even watch Grey's Anatomy with my wife because I can't stand the blood when they do surgery. So
um, and that's my general opinion. Now, I've had friends invite me when I used to live with my friend Ungodly Rampage when I was still in Virginia. He would have costume parties every Halloween, and I would hang out. I remember one particular one. I literally just wore cargo pants and a green T-shirt that had Sylvester Stallone as Rocky Balboa from First Blood, holding an LMG and just spraying one-handed, and everybody's like, "Oh, ha, ha, you're Rambo." I was like, "That's okay." I mean, if that's all it took for me to be in a costume, then I guess I did really well.
hey, yeah.
I literally just woke up and went downstairs, put that stuff on because it was available, and everybody loved it. But that part is fun. The parties, I enjoy the parties. Not a huge fan of trick or treating. I don't like getting up, answering my door every 5 seconds because somebody knocked on it.
So lazy.
Unfortunately, I'm married now. My wife absolutely loves getting
Yeah, my
candy
wife
to the
too.
kids, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to avoid it this year. This is my first year married, so it's going to happen. Halloween's not a horrible holiday. If it became a federal holiday and I got it the day off, I would absolutely love it. I'm
Yeah,
all for any
exactly.
holiday.
Yeah, you never get the day off for Halloween. If I got the day off, I'd like it a lot more. That's for sure. I mean, you might get to avoid it this year. I doubt there's going to be a whole lot of trick or treaters this year.
No, I mean, with
Pretty
that being
limited.
said, before we get the video game part of the Halloween events, which is actually going to be a pretty decent because video games has pretty much been a nonstop substitute for real world events this year. Now the CDC has not said that Halloween should be canceled. There are safety precautions that they recommend on their website due to COVID-19 to what you should do in the event of trick or treating. And I highly recommend if you're thinking about taking your family out to trick or treat, please go to the CDC website. One of them is actually people are installing PVC pipes on railing that so they dump the candy down, the kids just hold their bag out and the candy slides right into the bag. So they're over 6 feet away, there's no physical contact between each other. So people are getting creative. My wife doesn't like my idea of buying a Nerf gun and modifying it to shoot candy at the kids. She wasn't a fan of that. I'm sure the cops wouldn't be a fan of it either, neither would the
That's fine.
family. I told her I would even wear a costume and have the gun go with my costume, but she wasn't having it. So don't
Yeah.
do things like that. But be smart, be safe, and follow your typical Halloween safety precautions. Wear bright costumes in the dark, and make sure you inspect your candy from your kids before you just give
Yeah,
it
no
to them.
razor blades.
No razor blades. No.
Hooray. Yeah,
But
I've never been a huge fan of Halloween either, just because we never really get the day off. It's not really a super fun holiday to me, but I have always loved Halloween events because of all the events that video games try to do.
are
Usually
cool.
Halloween and Christmas are like the two biggest ones, right? They usually go
Hmm.
all out for those two specific holidays. I don't know why. Usually, like even the 4th of July, which is a big holiday, or Memorial Day, which is a big holiday, we don't really see a whole lot in video
No,
games for those. It's
not
usually
even
Halloween
New
and Christmas.
Year's.
And
Thanksgiving doesn't really have anything either.
yeah, yeah. And it's surprising that Halloween is so big, but it kind of makes sense, I guess, with video games, with how big zombies and ghosts and stuff like that are in video games. But yeah, usually they go all out and they do really crazy things, and it's a lot of fun, and it's like a 2 week thing, so it disappears. So you really want to participate while it's there. So yeah, I usually love Halloween events in video games. It's pretty much the only thing about Halloween I kind of like
I
that
was
and
gonna say this.
pumpkin ale. That's pretty much
Yeah, pumpkin ale's awesome, pretty awesome.
it. Yeah.
I actually just bought. Speaking of pumpkin ale, I know it's more of a fall season, not really a Halloween thing. Everybody's super excited about pumpkin spice everything. I just bought my wife a batch of coffee by Black Rifle Coffee called Basic Batch instead of Basic
Nice.
Biatch. It's Basic Batch pumpkin spice coffee. Um, but aside from all the flavors that you normally don't get, especially I'm a big beer drinker, as you've seen. I'm drinking a boot.
Yeah.
I am a huge fan. I love the video game events. I like any holiday that a video game will modify the game itself for the holiday event is a lot of fun to me. It makes it new. It makes it different. You don't have to spend any money to have a different experience in the game. Sometimes they'll have special like Smite or something will actually have a special style of game. Like it's an actual match.
Right.
It's not just skins and voice packs. They'll actually change. And that's actually one of the topics we're going to talk about with like Apex Legends and Call of Duty. They modified the actual game mode. So
Yeah, so let's bust into it. Let's talk about
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of games doing a lot of online games that are doing Halloween events. And we're gonna talk about some of the big ones, and then we'll run through a list, and we'll have a link for you if you want to check out some of your favorite games, and that kind of thing.
Hmm.
So let's talk about Call of Duty first because it's the only one I've
Yeah.
actually participated in so far, and I can talk more about it.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's uh, they went all out, man. The Call of Duty one, they basically so it is a separate mode, right? Like it's
Yeah.
Call of Duty Warzone is what we're talking about, the free to play battle royale version of Call of Duty. Um,
Which is
and there's the
important
regular,
because
right, because
it's
there
it's
is like
free, so
regular.
everybody can
Yeah.
play it. So
Exactly, that's a good point. Yeah, if you want to try out the zombie mode, you can play it for free, which is pretty neat. As long
and
as
their
you
new
have
app.
a hard drive the size of your moon. Um, that's ridiculous. Did I tell you? It
Yeah.
took 250 gigabytes to install, and then after that, I got to uninstall stuff. I removed 130 gigabytes. Like, why, game? Why? Anyway, all right, we're not doing that again. We did that last week. Okay. Um, so so they renamed it, right? They call it the Haunting of Verdansk, which is like the area of
Mm,
Warzone. The land is called Verdansk, and it's called Zombie Royale when you go in the game. It's its own special mode, and it's basically the exact same as the regular battle royale mode. But the main difference is that the whole map is in night mode,
mhm.
and they removed the gulag, which if you haven't played regular Warzone before, the gulag is when you die, you go to the gulag and you fight a 1 versus 1. If you win the 1 versus 1, you can come back to the game. In this mode, when you die, you become a zombie and you have to
Oh,
hunt down
that's cool.
syringes. Yeah, it's fun. You like turn into a zombie and you're parachuting down, only you don't have a parachute, so you literally just fall in and you slam into the ground. And it's like, okay, go kill a human. It's really fun, and it's fun with the first time you fall and slam into the ground. Uh, but you kill humans to get syringes, and then if you collect like 1 or 2 syringes, you come back as a human, and you could keep doing that. If you
Really?
can survive being a zombie long enough to come back as a human, every time you die as a human, you'll come back as a zombie. And in fact, me and Anthony's brother and our friend Marvel all played like all day yesterday. We played for several hours, but our very first game we ended up winning, and it was because I died like 6 times, came back as a zombie, and came back as a human, and I just kept coming back. I kept finding the syringes and coming back and killing all the humans. And you win the mode by being the last team in the game. There's 150 players, which means there's 50 teams. So you
Mhm.
have to be the last team with a human. So even if your whole team is still in the game, but you're all zombies, you can't win unless you come
You
back
have
as
to
a
be
human before the
you
game
need one
ends. Yeah,
human on your
yeah,
team.
yeah. So it's super fun. For one thing, the zombies have their own special stuff, right? So zombies
Mm.
are fairly tanky, but they take a lot more damage in the head.
Yeah.
But then they also have special abilities, like they have a gas grenade that they can throw. They have a giant super leap jump that can literally take them to the roof of a building. Uh, and I forget what the third one is, honestly. But there's 3 abilities as a zombie. Anyway, so zombies are really fast, really tanky, and can move a lot. And when you get near the end of the game and there's like 16 zombies and only like 3 humans, and you're all standing on top of a hill trying to kill each other but also survive the zombies, it gets pretty insane. It
R-
is super fun.
That actually make it worth it for me to try it out because I'm actually not a huge fan of Call of Duty. What Call of Duty has become. Call me old, call me slow, whatever you want to call me, but I can't do
Yeah.
these fast-paced shooters anymore.
Yeah.
Um, but something like that would make it worth it. It sounds like a lot of fun. You go with a group of friends and you run around being a zombie. It kind of sounds like Left 4 Dead meets Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Because you remember in Left 4
And that's
Dead,
part of it. As far as running around with friends, your friends can help you become a human again, because all you have to do is kill a human and a syringe drops, right? So you find your friends and they hunt down humans, kill them, and then you pick up the syringe and become a human again. Like there was one point where we were in a house, our friend Marvel was in a house, and he killed like 6 people that just kept running up the stairs, and then all the zombies in the world can see the syringes off a dead human. So they could all see this giant pile of syringes right where Marvel was. And the zombies were just running up the stairs to pick up the syringes. And they would disappear. As soon as you grab a syringe that turns you
it's
into a
gone.
human, you disappear. Yeah. So it was pretty funny. But yeah, you definitely work with your friends. You can help them become human again. You can help them. If you're a zombie, you can see the other zombies a little clearer, so you can warn your friends that they're about to get attacked and stuff like that. It's really fun, and one of the things I don't like about Warzone, the regular game, is that people tend to camp on that. There's a lot of camping that goes on. There's like snipers on buildings
Yeah.
and stuff because it's a very open map. So if you get on top of a building with a sniper, you can just sit there for the rest of the game. Uh, this one is in night mode, so it's harder to see at night, and you have to have close range weapons for the zombies because they can close the distance on you like that, right? So it's
Goodness.
not a
Yeah.
sniping mode. It's not a camping mode. You can't just sit around. So it's pretty fun. It's very fast paced. Every game is very quick, a lot quicker than the regular one. And we had a lot of fun playing it. I'm gonna play some more of that one. So it's pretty cool.
And one thing to add, it's gonna be a reoccurring thing in every game we're about to list tonight. With Call of Duty, they also have specialized skins / characters for Call of Duty. Like the big one that they keep promoting is Billy from Saw, is a skin you can get. And I won't lie, I've seen parts and pieces of Saws. I think I completed the first one. I'd be a little horrified if I was playing Verdansk at night and saw Billy come running at me while I'm trying to avoid some zombies.
I don't know
So
who Billy is. Do you mean Jigsaw?
they keep calling him Billy. Maybe they didn't get the rights to call him Jigsaw.
I've never really seen Saw, so yeah, maybe his name is Billy, but his name is Jigsaw in Saw,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Or maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe they don't have the legal right to call it Jigsaw, so they call him Billy.
Billy.
I don't know. I'm not a Saw expert, so I could just be wrong completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do have a couple of good skins like that. The other thing that's funny about Warzone, while we're talking about it, at the end of Warzone, when you win, you kind of get rewarded with these end credits that roll all the names that were in the game, and there's a helicopter, and it shows all your faces in the helicopter. What's funny about that is if you win and your teammates were zombies, the zombies are in the helicopter. So it's got like these zombies all outfitted with guns and stuff, and it looks ridiculous. So I think that's funny.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but yeah, they definitely have a lot of cool stuff. They got new skins, calling cards. They have part of this event is that you have to jump into each location on Warzone and open up loot crates to unlock certain Halloween events, Halloween treats like special calling cards, and there's like a bloody machete that you can unlock and stuff like that. By the way, machetes pretty popular theme for Halloween events across these games. I've noticed just from reading about their different events. But one of the other things about that is there's a couple more things. Okay. So they did really good on this event. I'm telling you, it's really fun to play. One of the other things they added are jump scares. Sometimes you'll open up the loot box and a ghost will jump in your face and scare the crap out of you. And it's really funny. Like, it's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And they also, I don't know, there's also ghosts on the map. And I don't know if that's related to people dying or if it's just random. They just randomly added these blue ghosts that wander around the map, but that's also kind of creepy.
Call of Duty has lately that I've noticed, and this is one of my biggest criticisms of Call of Duty, and call me a Battlefield fanboy, but Battlefield, since at least Battlefield 4, has been adding Easter eggs in their matches, and Call of Duty's been doing that a lot more lately, is adding little Easter eggs. So the ghost may be an Easter egg, or maybe it just be a visual cosmetic they added to make it more spooky and creepy, but Call of Duty has been doing a lot of Easter eggs within their games now. There was a event not that long ago. You had to do special things within Warzone to unlock new skins and stuff, and they were called Easter eggs. Now, I don't know what the case is, but I haven't played the Halloween Warzone event yet. However, I have, and I'm going to. Is there anything you want to add before I do this? Because it's make a segue into another game.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. The biggest complaint I've heard about the Warzone Halloween event is somebody said it stole a lot from the Apex Halloween event. And I don't know when Apex Halloween event started, but somebody says they basically ripped off Apex. Unfortunately, when you get fanboys of shooters, this happened with Halo, Call of Duty, and Battlefield. I remember when we started, JD and I first started playing Call of Duty religiously. What was it, Call of Duty 2? I think it was.
Yeah.
A lot of people kept trying to compare Halo to Call of Duty and say which one's the better shooter, which you really couldn't do that because Halo was a completely different style of shooter than Call of Duty at the time. And then when Battlefield became a thing again, people kept trying to compare Battlefield and Call of Duty together. So basically, it sounds like Apex, because Call of Duty has entered the Battle Royale realm, is being compared to Call of Duty again. Because I've heard the Call of Duty versus Apex argument a few times now recently, not just because of the Halloween event. But Apex has its own Halloween event, and like almost every game you're going to see a recurring thing is they have specialized skins or costumes or cosmetics or calling cards or profile banners. Apex has that, and actually Apex has got some pretty cool looking skins from what I see. Neither of us have we both have played Apex when it first came out. JD more than I have. Neither of us have played it since the Halloween event has come out, though. It's another, yeah. It's called Fight or Fright Night, and it's they got like a giant creature thing running through the map. It looks like they got a survival mode too. So Apex is another free to play game, which is actually a good thing to list. So we'll let you know what games are free to play, what games you're gonna actually spend money on to actually play these things. So Apex and Call of Duty Warzone are both free to play. Both of them obviously rely on you spending money on their skin packs and all that other stuff. Apex more so than Call of Duty because Call of Duty has a whole fledged game with it. It looks like they got a survival mode where you're going up against creatures. Their executions are more brutal and gruesome than they used to be. They got skins for the characters. All 24 fight or fright items from 2019 are returning. So I guess they did this last year, but players can also find some new goodies, including holiday-themed skins or newer characters like Loboa and Revenant. So they actually got whole new characters. Apex Legends Fight or Fright event will set to begin Thursday, October 22nd. So tomorrow, the Call of Duty one has already begun. It began yesterday at 1, right? I think is when it began.
Yeah, like 1 p.m. Yeah.
So Apex starts tomorrow, and that's another thing you guys are gonna need to keep track of. If you hear your favorite game to be listed, I'll try my best to make sure we mention when these will begin and end. Apex is going to, November 3rd, and they have new game modes, they have new skins, new characters, new executions. There's supposed to be 24 items you will be able to get through this event. What did Call of Duty say about theirs? I don't think they really list. On the article, 16 items.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 1 for each location on the Warzone map.
Okay, so there you go. So you got 16 items for the Warzone. Where did it end? Why did I just lose that? Team Fortress 2 has a Halloween event, which I didn't even know Team Fortress 2 is still going strong like that.
I guess.
So if you guys are into
I don't know who's still playing that.
Apparently, there's enough people for them to do a Halloween event.
Yeah.
Hyperscape's got one, but I'm getting.
Yeah, most of the battle royales are gonna have one. That's just natural because they're free to play games that are constantly updated. So there's always somebody working on them. So a lot of them have it. Yeah. So there are a lot of battle royales. Obviously, Fortnite is going to be big. And they're going to have a big event. And one of the cool things about Fortnite's is that they're doing another concert, which is something they've started doing this year. Probably last year they started just doing these big concerts with big names. And they'll actually be doing it on Halloween night. So if you're interested in watching a free concert within the game itself, all you have to do is tune in around 9 p.m. to do that. But they also just have their own Halloween event going on, not just the concert. So it's really big with these free to play battle royales, but there's also plenty of other online games that are doing it. Animal Crossing has celebrated basically every event, even like Easter and stuff like that. So if you are really big into Animal Crossing, you got to log in and get your Halloween decorations up, and you'll have a lot of things to choose from. What are some of the others? Borderlands 3 actually, their event is like more than just
it is.
Unlocking skins or whatever.
It's an actual like campaign story arc.
Yeah, they even have like boss fights and stuff in there. So, I mean, there obviously there's going to be decor and stuff that you can collect, but they actually have like Halloween themed bad guys to fight, which, you know, it wouldn't be Borderlands if you didn't have a crap ton of crazy bad guys to fight. So that's really cool. All of the enemies
Actually,
are Halloween themed, is what it says. It'll be
uh,
like the same kind of enemies, but just, you know, they'll be skulls instead of psychos and stuff like that. That's
the
pretty neat.
game, the mode is or the Halloween event's actually called Bloody Harvest Returns. So it sounds like they've done this before.
Yeah.
It's coming back to Borderlands 3. Another one which I've heard of, I don't know if the original Destiny did this, but Destiny 2 has been doing Festival of the Lost. No shocker, Doom Eternal Halloween 2020. Doom Eternal is doing a Halloween event. I mean,
Doom
the game
Eternal
itself
is Halloween.
I was gonna say it is Halloween itself. In fact, I just played. I would do a little, well, not really a shameless plug. JD and I talked about Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with the acquisition of Bethesda by Microsoft recently. Doom Eternal got added to Game Pass Ultimate, so I played through part of the first mission, and it's called Hell on Earth. So yes, Doom Eternal is Halloween. That's it. Your first mission is to go to Earth because hell has come to Earth. So, but I guess they still somehow found a way to do a Halloween specialized event. Looks like you can get the Doomslayer. You're a glowing skeleton suit or something like that going on. So, Elder Scrolls Online, that's free to play now, isn't it?
I don't know.
Or do
Yeah, I
we
think
get
so.
it? Or did we get it for cheap?
It's
I can't
free to
remember.
play, but it puts a heavy burden on you if you don't play.
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah. So Elder Scrolls is doing, it's like a witches festival or something like that they call it. Where's the thing? Yeah, they're doing one. Red Dead Online is doing a holiday themed event. Although, can I say Red Dead Online's a little disappointing because one of the coolest parts about the original Red Dead Redemption was the expansion pack that was called Undead Nightmare, and it turned things into zombies, and you were basically fighting zombies on the Red Dead map. I would love to see something like that again for Red Dead
But they're
Online,
not doing that.
but it doesn't sound like they're doing that. It sounds like it's
That's
just, you know, kind of standard battle pass with Halloween theme kind of thing. So that's disappointing. But, you know, still, if
Now,
you're playing Red Dead Online and you're into it, at least you get some Halloween shit.
they have Grounded listed on this, but they don't really explain how they're having a Halloween event. Etch a sketch that can be used by anyone to look for zip lines that come. It doesn't really sound like Halloween event. I mean, it's horrifying to have giant bugs attacking you because you're miniaturized, but I guess Gears of War 5 is having a Madman's Monsters event. And honestly, like JD and I were talking about when we were mentioning what we do and don't like about Halloween. Honestly, my favorite thing is the different specialized events games like this are doing. It's really cool. You're going to have some funny ones, or you're going to have some incredibly creepy one. Another one that is literally the whole game is Halloween. Killing Floor 2 is also doing a Halloween event. It's called Infernal Insurrection Update. You got Long Dark doing Escape the Dark Walker. Monster Hunter World, Iceborne's Fun Fright Fest. Even NBA 2K21 is getting into it. They're going to have a Halloween event. So
That's funny.
Overwatch has a Halloween event. Rocket League is going to, like, you can unlock the Slime-mobile for Ghostbuster. They got Ghostbuster themed skins for your vehicles you can unlock.
That's cool.
Splatoon 2.
Splatoween. Splatoon 2 is calling it Splatoween. That's fun.
So that should be fun. And the list that JD and I are currently looking at is not a complete list. He like Red Dead wasn't listed on this list. Warframe's going Knights of Navarus, and it looks pretty horrifying. I think I see a flying fetus. I'm not positive. That's horrifying in and of itself. World of Warcraft always does its Hallow's End. So if you guys are into stuff like that, there's plenty of gaming events. Ark is kind of dead. Ark has its annual Halloween where you fight the Dodo Rex, which is a giant dodo bird that shoots fire at you and murders your face. And you can unlock Halloween skins for your dinosaurs, for yourself, by collecting candy found around the map. So there's going to be a lot of Halloween events. And honestly, this year is probably going to be focused on a lot of virtual reality Halloween events. I have a safety day that I have to do at my job actually on Halloween. And one of the things they want us to cover is CDC guidelines for what you can and should not do during Halloween due to COVID. Um, so if you're not into pumpkin carving and you just like doing the trick or treating stuff, some games even encourage like their own version of trick or treating. I think the Animal Crossing one has one. Be able to bring new decoration, costumes, and Halloween night celebration, and even the options to revisit dreams. Ooh, back to, that Dream World update. It was the last thing we talked about.
Yeah, I think so. That was a while ago, but yeah.
But there's a lot of exciting things going on Halloween. I'm sure a lot of you are gonna probably disregard CDC guidelines. We don't recommend it, nor will we support it because we can't, and we shouldn't.
For the record, he means that we don't recommend ignoring the CDC.
Yes,
guidelines.
That's what I'm saying. Don't.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Yeah, I kind of worded that poorly.
We do recommend following the CDC guidelines.
So if you're going to have your Halloween parties and events, be safe, be smart.
Please don't run up to people in the street and sneeze in their face. Please don't do that.
And with also that being said, with the Halloween safety in general, a lot more states are legalizing marijuana, but it's still not legal for children. So please make sure people aren't giving edibles to your kids for Halloween.
Trick or treat ever.
Do you want your son running around hyped up on marijuana?
Yes, I do. Just to see it.
Your son already throws a blanket on his head and runs into walls for fun.
It's still illegal where I live, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I mean, just be smart, be safe. Actually, I played Tony Hawk's today. A little disappointed, Tony Hawk's. Tony Hawk's missed out on an opportunity to do some Halloween stuff too.
Oh, they didn't do anything, huh?
No, at least not yet. They haven't announced it. Oh, another one that's not on this list. Which I mean, it's kind of counterproductive because this game itself, you're fighting skeletons the whole time and ghost ships. But Sea of Thieves has their own Halloween event, and they got stuff going on now. They alluded to it. They won't tell you what's going on. They just said be sure to keep an eye out, and then darkness will consume the map on the 27th. That's all they said. That's all we were able to get about. So I'm curious what they're gonna have going on. They said keep your heads on a swivel and keep your lanterns raised. So
I mean, that game's already mostly just fighting skeletons, like you said. So what else are they gonna do? Fighting skeletons and skeleton ships. Like, what do you? Okay, make it a ghost ship, but they have those too. I don't know.
I'd be curious what they're gonna do.
Whatever, Sea of Thieves.
In fact, let me see if I can. And that's another game through Game Pass Ultimate. Actually, I've gotten Game Pass Ultimate. And I've enjoyed it a lot because I have it. I've been able to play these games with my friends that I would have to pay money for. And like I said, I played Doom Eternal on my phone today just to try it out. My LG Wing, which is actually really cool.
It. You like the LG Wing?
I do actually.
All right. Hashtag LG sponsor him. Shut up.
There are actually some things I don't like about it, but I'm going to cover that in a personal video for my YouTube channel. I'm not going to get into it.
I'm very excited. I
know you. JD's subscribe to my YouTube channel just to hear what I have to say about the LG Wing. That's all he cares about.
All right. Let's wrap this up because we've been talking about this for a while, and I anticipated that because there are just there's a dozen different games that are doing Halloween events, and we love them. I think they're awesome. I'm not a huge Halloween fan. I'm really not. I don't really like scary movies. I don't really like bloody games. I enjoy a good zombie mode once in a while, though. So I'm down for this. If you have a game that you love, jump in and see if they're doing a Halloween event because they're usually really fun and they only last a very short amount of time and then they're gone. And that kind of sucks because some of them are really fun. Like the Warzone one, I think should be permanent, but that's just me. Okay.
I agree. It's not. Which actually, I don't understand why the Warzone wouldn't be a regular because Call of Duty has been known for its zombie mode. And that sounds like a really cool spin on their zombie mode. Would be to keep that as a permanent thing. Maybe they will. Maybe this was a test run. Who knows? I've heard of other games using special events that became permanent because they were so popular. So who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky.
Yeah, good.
The only thing I'm really ad for the Halloween event stuff. The Sea of Thieves event is called Fate of the Damned, and it goes live October 28th. But the email I got from Sea of Thieves said October 27th. So I would keep an eye out for it on the 27th. And if I'm wrong, then you're just a day early. I will include a link in the description because, like JD said, we've been talking about this for a while. So you guys can look up if you're a Sea of Thieves. There's actually the following for Sea of Thieves is growing. Or maybe you guys want to play. I don't think Among Us has a Halloween event, but it's all about murdering people. So
Yeah. I mean, you already turn into a ghost and you murder your friends, so it's pretty much
yeah,
Halloween already.
yeah. So get into that stuff. Have some fun. 2020 has sucked. So when you get events and stuff like this, make the most of it. Have fun with it. Keep yourself entertained. Make sure you don't go entirely crazy. But the last thing I'm going to add for my outro, I'm just going to do one last shameless plug for my breast cancer awareness fundraiser. Even if you don't care about my bobbing for onions spiel, it's still a good reason to donate money. If you got extra money, I know a lot of people are kind of hurting this time of year. Not only this time of year, but because of COVID, a lot of people are kind of hurting. But if you do have extra money, I highly recommend. It is through the Breast Cancer Research Fund. I'm very picky about when I support causes because I want to make sure money's going where they say it's going. So I'm getting behind this one, and I would like to see myself raise 250, and I would like to see the regiment hit their 2,000 mark because I think the fundraiser ends on the 3rd. So that's the only thing I got for the outro.
If you guys want to get in contact with us, you want to tweet at us, we always keep our Twitter handles in the description of every episode. And you can always use hashtag NTWP. We check that regularly to see if anybody's sharing articles or sharing ideas or, artwork you're working on. I don't care. Whatever you want to share. Just use hashtag NTWP or tag one of us on Twitter or do both. And that's pretty much it. This has been episode 30, the big 3-0. It's pretty awesome that we've gotten this far. Really excited to see where we go with this podcast in the future. And we'll start with next week, episode 31.
Yeah.
Hooray.
And if you guys are actually excited about, or if you're enjoying this podcast, we highly recommend and hope you guys will be kind enough to share this along your social medias, Twitters, Facebooks.
Yeah, we don't advertise anywhere, right?
We don't.
So, if you can pass this along to your friends and have them subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or whatever, that's great. Works for us.
If you want to see our pretty faces, my YouTube channel will have the video.
It's a podcast. They're listening on audio. Nobody's listening on your YouTube, but that's fine.
Joe Rogan does it.
Yeah, I know. And he's ugly, so should tell you something. All right. Anyway, thank you guys. We will see you next week. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.